and I stand before you tonight a little more than 48 hours removed from one of our greatest accomplishments yet, a Black president. And while I am excited by the fact that the next president and I have the same skin complexion, it is only a reminder to us all that this is only the beginning. So tonight, as we celebrate 40 years of organizational excellence and strength, let us not become complacent. The struggle is not over. It hasn't ended. And while we stand at the party, the enemy awaits at the door. They are tenacious and resilient, and we have to be more tenacious and resilient. BUS is the foundation in which we find and refine that tenacity and resilience. It has and will continue to serve as a beacon welcoming all of us who choose to stand up and fight when everyone else sits down. For all of us who choose to move against the grain and refuse to settle for less than equal. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to raise your glasses in celebration of the next 40 years to come and the past 40 years we've already made it through. Good evening and welcome to the 40th anniversary of Black United Students. And now will you all please stand for the singing of the Black National Anthem.
Song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing the song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall
Michigan, a predominantly black city, and it didn't hit me to some of the things that was going on in the world racially until I stepped in Kent State campus, and I'm a fashion student, and I didn't realize that until I walked into the fashion department, some people did not want to work with me because they looked at me and they thought that I wasn't capable. They thought I couldn't follow through, and I was really discouraged, and I hated going into the fashion building. And one day, one of the BUS board members, his name was Nate Williams, and he's a member at Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated now. He said, hey, have you ever tried coming to Oscar Ritchie? And I'm like, what's that? Because I didn't go to Capita, so I didn't experience that. And the first person I met in Oscar Ritchie was Dr. Dorsey. And the first thing, my first encounter with Dr. Dorsey was yelling. He just started yelling at me. And you know, he hurt my feelings because I didn't understand that. I'm like, well, why is these old men just yelling at me? Because I told him I'm trying to come and I'm trying to learn about who I am. And I end up enrolling in some of the Black Experience classes, more of the Pan-African Studies classes. And there was a lot that I didn't realize that I didn't know about myself. I thought just because I was black, I had all the answers about black people. And indeed, I didn't. So this celebration is about all of us, and if any one of you want to come up and share any personal experience that you have with any of the faculty and staff in the Pan-African Studies Department, any experience that you have with classes, you are more than welcome to do so at this time. I know a lot of you weren't able to make it to the gala, so here's the time that we can just share that with each other.
Good evening. My name is Carla Smith. I'm a KSU alumni, May 07. BUS alumni. I served on the executive board for Black United Students 2006. One thing that we wanted to share that we talked about, that we always talk and joke about our memories of the organization, and specifically Oscar Ritchie, was the protest that we organized the year that I served on the board. And the biggest thing was how we used to go into Oscar Ritchie and we tried to organize this enormous secret protest that wasn't supposed to happen, that wasn't going to happen, but we did it, and it was something that we fought for, and we literally cried about. We shared joy about it. But the one thing I think about, my table is full with alumni, and I see the faces, and DeMore talks about, coming here and discovering purpose to life, and if it wasn't for this organization and faculty within the Pan-African Studies Department, I wouldn't be who I am today, and I wouldn't have been able to fight and believe in the things that I fought and believed in when I was here. So I do want to thank people like DeMore, Dr. Dorsey, Dr. Badajoe, Dr. Crosby, Shauna Lee, Marion Stiles. These are all the people that really formed who I was when I was here. Ms. Della Marshall, who has always been an advocate for me and my organization. So just kind of wanted to share that and just really share the fact that I'm happy to be here, be able to come back and see the new board and the wonderful things that they've been able to do and share in the successes that they have. So thank you to you all, thank you to my fellow board members, and thank you to all of you all who have really contributed and believed in us as we believe in you. Thanks.
When I think about Black United Students, the first thing I think about is how I became the bus president. And it was partially by this man recruiting me, but more than recruiting me, I kind of got bamboozled. I kind of got bamboozled into it. So I wanted to run for community affairs. And Jeff was all about it. He said, all right, man, you should run for community affairs. And then, like, I don't know, maybe a week before the election, he's like, well, we don't have anyone right now to be the president. You'd be the great president, blah, blah, blah. You should do it, you should do it, you should do it. And he took me into a room and he said, I was like, why am I the president? I'm like, what's going on? He said, well, this is how it always happens. But I've had a lot of memories with Bus. For me personally, I just want to say Bus actually helped me understand my place. And I agree with Dean Moore. It helped me understand like what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. Even though we're in this microcosm of a university, you still help people through the organization. So most of the organization is about helping empower your fellow students to become, more, to make sure that we have opportunities, to make sure that we're protected on a campus that's a majority white campus. So through that process, I really learned a lot about who I am. I learned a lot about how to deal with situations being thrown at you on a regular basis. I mean, one morning you may wake up and Adam Fazio wrote something crazy about Black United Students in the paper. You have to figure out, how you're going to do this. So you're getting all the members together and trying to figure out how to do it.